poppin'? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a video on webbed Senagalese twists, and this is very similar to my web box braid video that you guys all loved, and so I kind of wanted to do something similar just with the twist. So for this one, just with the twist, y'all see what I did there? So for this video I'm actually going to be doing Senagalese twists, and I'm going to be doing square parts. So in the webbed box braid video, those are triangular parts, and I think these square parts will be a little bit easier to kind of catch on to if you are a beginner. So I'm going to start by just doing some braids straight across, and I am using Shine and Jam to define my parts today and also to lay down edges and give the style a sleek look. Braid that I'm doing, and I am going to be starting this at the front of her head, and I'm going to be pulling both of them into the center. So instead of braiding this one all the way straight across, I like split it in half basically, and I'm going to braid one side to the middle and the other side to the middle so that the ends meet up in the middle. And the reason why I do this is because I don't want a lot of the braids to finish at the front of her edges, because it causes a lot of tension doing it that way when you're pulling it into the rubber band, and you don't want that tension on the client's edges. So I just make sure that for these braids they finish in the middle. So after I have done those two braids across, I'm then going to do two braids at the top of her hair so that that top section will be split into three. And I'm just doing these braids straight back. Each braid should start at the middle of the client's eyebrow. And so I'm going to show you this one that I'm doing on this side. I'm just going to go over and do the same thing on the opposite side. So I didn't show that, but I'm letting you guys know right now that I did two at the top. Next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to part straight across from ear to ear, because I'm going to start making my boxes or my squares. So here you can see that I'm parting straight lines all the way from ear to ear, and my next braid is literally going to go across, so it's going to be overlapping those small little braids that I did, and that's how I'm going to begin to create my squares. This is the part where things get kind of tricky, just because you're trying to create these little braids and there's hair everywhere in every direction. So I highly recommend using some type of clip, or I used a hair tie just to keep the hair separated so you know which hair you're actually braiding and which hair is going to be sectioned for your box braids. So like I said, for this first braid, it is going to go from ear to ear, all the way from one ear down to the next, to create my first set of squares. So here I'm showing you guys what that first braid straight across looks like, and I'm going to do another one just like it, and I'll show you guys that in a second. But once you do that first braid across, you will see that your first set of squares are ready to be rubber banded. So I'm just taking the Shine and Jam and putting it all around the part to give it a really sleek look. And I'm going to make sure I style her edges as I put them in as well. And then I rubber band it. Remember that you don't want to put the rubber bands too tight, so I always check in with the client just to make sure that they're comfortable with how tight I put the rubber bands on. It can create a lot of tension, and it's also really painful if you put them too tight. So you definitely want to check in with that. Here I'm showing you guys that I did one more braid straight across, and it created another section of squares. So I went ahead and rubber banded those off, and it's just like I did the first one. I did it straight across. So you're gonna do 2 of those straight across, and then you are ready to section off the back. So in the back, I'm gonna be doing 3 braids straight down, and for that first braid, I'm gonna do it right down the center of her head, and the other 2 braids are gonna be on each side, and then I'm gonna section these squares off as well. So to save time, I didn't show the 3rd braid that I did on the opposite side, but it's the same as this. I'm just going on the opposite side of her head. So it should make a total of 8 squares in the back of the client's head. So for all of the little braids that I did, as you guys could see, I kind of just pulled it into whatever square that it was closest to, but I realized at the end that the 2 braids that I did going into the center, I forgot to like put them in the braid. So I just ended up crisscrossing them because I thought that looked best and combining them with those 2 center back ones. But you could totally just put this one in the top middle braid above it to make it look different. I kind of just improvised because I was like, dang, I hecka forgot to put it in, and I was kind of just being lazy at this point. So it actually turned out looking kind of cool, so I'm not mad at it. But yeah, all my squares are done now, and so as you guys can see, these are all square parts, and I finished them all. And this is like the most time consuming and hardest part. The next part is super easy. So here I am just doing Senagalese twists, and I do have a tutorial on how to do jumbo Senagalese twists on my channel already. And these aren't jumbo, but they are, you know, kind of large. They're a little bit bigger than medium. So if you guys need a more detailed video on how to do the Senagalese twist, then you guys can definitely check that out, and I will make sure that I link that in the description section for you guys. I'm going to be giving you guys another Senagalese twist video on some smaller twists, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this style. as to what I did with the ends of the twist. I do braid them once I get down to the end just to make sure that they stay and hold, and I'm going to be dipping those in hot water. And guys, I am all done. So here I'm showing you guys a close-up of how the twists look with the parts, and this is so popping, guys. I love it. So my last and final step is going to be to dip the ends in boiling hot water, and this just makes sure that they are sealed at the ends and they do not unravel. And then I'm also going to go ahead and trim them just to make them look a lot more neat at the ends. I always make sure I trim them no matter what. And usually I do mousse my client's hair after I'm doing like a box braid type style, but I didn't do it for this style because I didn't feel like it was necessary. But yeah, guys, here's the finished look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you love it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!